Hey everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley. Thank you so much for watching this. This is the conclusion of Zorro's Black Whip. This is going to be episode number, 9, 10, 11, and 12. This is a 1944 serial by Republic Pictures. It stars Linda Stirling. If you're enjoying this, please take a moment and click that like and share and subscribe button. That really does mean a lot to us. We love hearing from you guys. Now, this was the cheapest serial that was that Republic Pictures made in 1944 on a budget of $135,000. Those were different times, boys and girls. Definitely different times. So, and they went, I think, a couple thousand over on their budget. Oh, let's get to it. I'm really enjoying this one, and I hope you are too. Leave a comment down below and let us know if you're liking this one. Let's get to it. Episode number 9 of Zorro's Black Whip.
I'll find him. I'll have to saddle a horse.
Gordon's horse is right outside.
I don't know how long it will take me to
Oh,
find
yes,
him.
you do. I'll give you just 1 hour. If you're not back then...
Black Whip's inside the house. We've discovered this much. Barbara Meredith does know who the Black Whip is, or at least she knows where to find him.
Then we better follow her next time.
After last night, the Black Whip is sure to be smart enough to figure out some way to keep in touch with her.
He's a slick one, all right.
There must be some clue. You were in the room with him. Didn't you see anything that might identify him?
All I could see was that gun he was holding. Looked as big as a cannon. If I hadn't have thrown the boot at that lamp, we'd have been goners.
Black Whip's boot. That might be a clue. Did you get the maker's name? We can trace it if you did.
I only had it in my hand a minute. I did notice, though, it seemed awfully small, no bigger than a woman's.
A woman's? Of course, it must be. How dumb I've been.
About what?
Barbara Meredith, she's the Black Whip.
She couldn't be. The Black Whip's got to be a man. He's outshot us, outrode us, and outfought us. Stopped us at every turn.
She has because she's smart. I happen to know she's a good horsewoman and a fine shot. Now, I'm convinced she's the Black Whip.
Ah.
We've got to get rid of her. Then you can dress one of your men up as the Black Whip and help us fight against statehood.
Why, everybody in the territory knows that horse and outfit.
That's right, so we can kill her until we find out where she hides the horse and outfit. Now, here's what you do. You go to the Meredith Ranch. When you get her, you let me know.
Yes?
This is 10 Point. Vic just left for the ranch. You'd better have a good story ready. The way he talks, maybe he's beginning to think you're the Black Whip.
Thinks I'm the Black Whip.
We think so, too. Fire on. We better clear out of here. Take her to the hideout below Mesa Peak. I'll meet you there after I see the boss. He may want to question her himself. You stay here. Someone may come out to see why she doesn't answer the telephone. Whoever it is, finish him off. We don't want our trail picked up.
Barbara.
All right, mister. Drop that gun. Where's Miss Meredith?
Try and find out.
The next one will be dead center.
Wait, wait.
All right. Talk fast. Where's Miss Meredith?
Harris took her to the hideout shack below Mesa Peak. The boss thinks she's the Black Whip.
He does, huh? Who's the boss?
I don't know. I don't know, honest. Baxter hired me just for this job. talk when Baxter gets here.
If I knew who the Black Whip was, I wouldn't tell you.
Quit stalling. We know you're the whip.
You're mistaken, gentlemen. The Black Whip.
What's going on in there?
The Black Whip got here. He's inside fighting with Mac.
You mean to say the Meredith girl isn't the Black Whip?
No.
What are you figuring to do with that explosive?
I'm gonna blow up that shack.
You'd have to get too close. They're apt to drill you. Give me that stuff. You stay here and keep them pinned in the shack. I'll go up on top of that cliff and blast it down on them.
Right.
Thanks, Vic.
How did you know it was me?
I recognized your voice, and I know where the outfit came from. How did you find it?
I was battling the man they left at your place. He fell through the panel, down the steps, and into the cave. Before he died, he told me where you were and that they believed you were the Black Whip. I thought I'd change their mind.
Lucky for me, you did.
Sounds like a landslide.
we've got here. He's inside fighting with Mac.
You mean to say the Meredith girl isn't the Black Whip?
No.
What are you figuring to do with that explosive?
I'm gonna blow up that shack.
You'd have to get too close. They're apt to drill you. Give me that stuff. You stay here and keep them penned in the shack. I'll go up on top of that cliff and blast it down on them.
Right.
Thanks, Vic.
Sounds like a landslide. Out this way. It's too bad he got away. But at least your story will convince them that you're not the Black Whip. I'd be a lot happier if you let them stay convinced.
I can't do that, Vic. My brother made a legend of the Black Whip. I'm going to carry it on until law and order are established in Idaho.
But it's no job for a girl, Barbara. Let me take it over.
Then only one of us could act against the outlaws. And you have plenty to do as undercover man for the government.
All right. I'll keep your dark secret. At least until Idaho's enemies are beaten.
Harris had the girl a prisoner when the Black Whip showed up.
Well, that proves that she's not the Black Whip. We've got to figure... What is it, Hedges?
There's another wagon train coming into town.
Why weren't they stopped at the border?
The Citizens Patrol drove us off again.
And we'll have to find some way to get rid of that patrol.
Well, that's a big order. They're well armed and well mounted.
That's it. You gave me the answer.
Who? Me?
Mounts, that's the answer. Without horses, there won't be any Citizens Patrol. We're going to take every horse they got. Raid the ranches, steal them, drive them off, do anything you have to. Start right away.
All right, from now on, they patrol on foot.
It's an outrage. Without the Border Patrol, every wagon train is being turned back.
And that means we're losing settlers who would vote for statehood.
That's all very true. But the patrol can't work without horses.
Say, Barbara, whose horses are those I saw in your corral?
Oh, they belong to Bill Slocum. He was driving them through and rented my corral to let them rest up for a few days.
Maybe we could talk Slocum into selling them. There's enough there to help us over the present crisis.
Hey, that sounds like a good idea.
It looks like the answer to our problems. You'll save the day if you can put that over.
We'll go out and see if Mr. Slocum will agree to it.
We can't let that patrol have those horses. Send a couple of men out to Meredith's ranch and drive them off before that girl and Gordon get there.
I'll send them right away.
There they are in the corral. But we'll have to take care of Slocum first. Give me time to circle around behind him, and then you ride in.
I'm a little worried, Vic. You know, maybe we shouldn't have told the Citizens Committee about the horses.
You mean you don't want the patrol to get them?
Of course I do, but I want to be sure they get them. I've been wondering if maybe somebody on the committee is giving information to the outlaws.
It's possible. It would explain how they anticipate every move we make. Is anybody guarding the horses?
Mr. Slocum, but he's all by himself.
We'd better hurry. You know, Barbara, your suspicion about a leak in the committee must be right. We got here just in time.
But not in time to save Mr. Slocum.
That's too bad. But his horses will help us run down the men responsible for his death.
But there are so few of them, Vic.
But there's a way we might locate the stolen horses. It's a long shot. But this horse has probably been corralled with the stolen stock. If I turn him loose, he may lead me to the outlaw's corral. I'll drive these other horses after him as if I were rustling them.
You undercover men uncover bright ideas. I'll telephone 10 Point and have him tell the marshal that we'll bring the horses in later.
Fine.
Hello? Well, he isn't here, Danley.
Gordon and the girl got here before we could drive off the horses. He killed Flack and grabbed his horse. He's going to turn it loose and trail it.
Well, I'll spike that plan.
You'd better. It'll probably lead him right to our corral in Hidden Valley. I rounded up a pretty good bunch.
Who are you?
My name's Davis. Baxter hired me. Any of the other boys around?
Yeah. Black's over at the barn.
Thanks. I'll ride over and see him. Your name Black?
Yeah. What do you want?
I'm a new man Baxter put on. Just brought in a dozen head. From what Baxter said, I thought you'd rustle a lot more.
That's just a few of them out in the corral. When we get enough, we take them up the other end of the valley. Thanks. That's one I missed.
I know a trick I'm going to miss if I don't get help on the deal.
What's the play?
A gold shipment can be grabbed.
Why don't you see Baxter?
I only do business with the big boss. I've been dealt out in deals before.
I might take you to the big boy for the right kind of a cut.
We won't have any trouble. But we've got to act quick. Where do we see him?
Crescent City. Let's go.
Stand where you are, Gordon. Take his gun, Black.
I might take you to the big boy for the right kind of a cut.
We won't have any trouble. But we've got to act quick. Where do we see him?
Crescent City. Let's go.
Stand where you are, Gordon. Take his gun, Black.
So besides recovering the stolen horses, we captured a valuable prisoner.
I'll rest better with that varmint in the calaboose.
He isn't in jail, 10 Point. We've got him locked in the saddle room out at the ranch.
He might escape.
That's what we want.
What?
As soon as we can figure a way that'll make him lead us to his chief. That's the trouble, Barbara. Once we turn him loose, we don't know where he'll go.
He might just ride to some hideout. What we need is a scheme to make the outlaw leader go to wherever you trail Baxter.
That's right. But how do we do it?
Through the Citizens Committee. We're pretty sure he's a member of it or gets his information from one. We'll call a meeting of the committee today, and then you can explain.
Unfortunately, my prisoner got away. I left him in charge of Miss Meredith's horse wrangler, Martin. He double-crossed me and released Baxter.
I hope you brought him to town for trial.
He's dead. He reached for his gun when I accused him, and I had to shoot him.
What about Baxter? Couldn't you pick up his trail?
No. Martin had a note in his pocket written by Baxter, evidently intended for his chief, although it had no address or signature.
Have you got the note?
No. I left it at the ranch, but it was worthless.
Couldn't you remember what it said?
It said, tell the chief I'll meet him at the usual hideout. I know who the Black Whip is.
That's more than any of us know.
It puts the Black Whip's life in danger.
I'll print a warning to him on the front page.
Gordon, on behalf of this committee, I want to thank you for getting back those stolen horses.
I don't deserve any thanks after the way I bungled the Baxter business.
Gordon doesn't know it, but he delivered Baxter's message to the right party.
Yeah. Baxter must be at the lookout mine.
Yes, and he knows the Black Whip's name. I'll leave for the mine right now.
Right.
All right, Baxter. Are you willing to talk to save your neck?
Yeah, I'll talk. I ain't gonna take the rap alone. Get him up, quick.
Where did you get that gun?
A friend of mine tossed it in the window. Keep him up. I reckon this one isn't full of blanks. You think I'd fall for a gag as old as that? Now, you're going with me. Don't try anything or I'll drill you. Get moving. You had it all fixed, didn't you? A horse for me to grab and another one for you to follow me.
Been a good idea if it worked.
You'll wish you'd never thought of it. Get on your horse.
Baxter should have been here a long time ago.
Unless the whole thing is a trick of Gordon's.
If it is, he must suspect somebody on the committee. That's why he didn't show us that note.
I'll bet there wasn't a note. It's a trap.
Say, I gotta get out of here before anybody sees me. See if it's clear.
Trap, Gordon stepped into it himself. Baxter's bringing him in.
Good.
What's going on here? Who's...
It's the chief. Gordon cooked up a story about you escaping with important news.
Oh, so that's why he tried to pull that old gun loaded with blanks gag on me. But I was too smart for him.
Now, here's the deal, Gordon. You tell us who the whip is if you want to save your life.
That won't save my life. Ask your dumb friend to take off the mask. I'll talk to him or no one.
All right, you've had your chance.
Save your bullet. Move further back and get them when they come into the tunnel.
Hold it. They move back around the curve. That's a dead-end tunnel. They can't get out.
We can't get at them either.
Oh, yes, we can. Help me get this oil car rolling. Watch the tunnel, Harris.
They fired the tunnel.
Get back.
a dead-end tunnel. They can't get out.
We can't get at them either.
Oh, yes, we can. Help me get this oil car rolling. Watch the tunnel, Harris.
It's a dead end. We're trapped.
That finishes them. Come on.
We're in luck. The explosion blew a hole through the top of the tunnel. I suppose we're lucky to be alive. But it's a shame we couldn't have recognized that outlaw leader.
We can still identify him. He'll have a welt across the back of his right hand where I struck him with my whip.
Then if our suspicions about the Citizens Committee are correct, one of its members will have that mark.
That's right. And the sooner we act, the better. Tomorrow is election day, and the committee has charge of counting the votes.
When we get back to town, I'll get the marshal to help me nail our man.
What's the news from Cedar Point?
The voting went about 50-50 for statehood and against it. Our boys voted early and often.
And good enough, but it all depends upon what happens at Crescent City. Most of those settlers are likely to be for statehood. If it goes that way, it means our whole setup is wrecked and here comes Baxter. He'll have a report on Crescent City.
What's the word?
Bad, mighty bad. Ranchers and settlers drifting in and out of town all day, giving the landslide vote for statehood.
We'll have to see that those votes are never counted. Many people left in town?
Only a few late voters.
Good. We're going in there and destroy those ballots. We're riding, men.
Hello?
10 Point, will you look for Mr. Gordon and...
Nope, don't have to call him. He's right here.
Hey, Miss Barbara wants you, Vic. Yes, Barbara.
Vic, just before I reached here, I saw Hammond and a bunch of outlaws riding toward town.
We'll get set for them. Now, I want you to do something right away. Ride over to Pine Junction. You'll find 4 government agents there waiting to compare reports with me. Tell them they're needed here at once.
All right.
got to. Help is on the way.
Shooting from the stage office is slacked off.
Yeah, we must have thrown a crimp in them.
Baxter, bunch your men in front of the office, and you break in the back way and get those ballots.
All right.
We'll cover you. Yes, Miss Meredith. So you are the Black Whip, the champion of law and order. Well, this is one score I can settle.
Idaho votes for statehood. Measure approved by narrow margin.
It's worth all we went through to print that.
Yes, ma'am.
There's one more sensational story you might publish. The true identity of the Black Whip.
That would be against my editorial policy. But I might print an interview with Vic Gordon, government agent extraordinary.
Oh, let's forget it. Say, the committee is waiting for your layout for the big statehood celebration.
I'll be right with you.
How's your nervous indigestion?
Ain't had none since all the shooting stopped. I'm healthy as a hog and twice as natural.
What are you going to do with all your pills and powders, 10 Point? Start a drugstore?
Nope. Want to throw them away. Every last one of them.
Better save one for a rainy headache.
Won't need it. Chief Hallapaloosa's panacea.